We finally completed left-hand harmony practice. There were many examples in the lessons and everyone needs to make sure to practice them after class. All the practice songs we've selected for you are very valuable. Today we'll practice harmonies with the right hand. The probability that a harmony will appear in the main melody of a song is very high. Today we'll use the three most common styles as examples to show you how to play with your right hand. Let's open up the notation and play along with me. The first category most commonly seen with the right hand is the column triad. We just covered this in the chord lesson, but only briefly. We didn't do any hand coordination exercises. Everyone, take a look at the first practice. Have you figured out what the rule is when both hands must coordinate together? Yes, that's the correct answer.
Huh? Who answered?
The right hand plays column triads while the left hand plays chord fragments. Everyone, don't think this is accidental. This is a very frequent combination.
Editor, I know you're very knowledgeable, but we are not composers. We don't know what the right and left hand notes are supposed to coordinate with.
Your remark is wrong. Although EOP Demon Training Camp does not teach you to compose music, but knowing this will help your playing a lot. If you understand the basics of how notes match together, when you look at your right hand when you play, what your left hand plays naturally will likely be a matching chord. For example, if the right hand plays the Do Mi Sol column triad, the left hand will naturally want to match it with the chord fragments of its first basic triad. If the right hand is not playing a column triad, for example, in the last lesson's practice the right hand played Do Mi Fa. This is not part of a triad, but the fourth basic chord has Fa Do in it, so the probability of matching the fourth basic chord with this is high. Of course, how you match and what you match is not something that can be covered in one or two sentences. Otherwise, composers would be unemployed. We just want to give everyone a basic understanding so you can play more effectively. The fingering has not changed. We will still use the right hand's index, middle, and ring finger to play. Notice the second, fifth, and sixth basic triads and make sure your middle finger does not slip. Next, take a look at the second category most commonly seen with the right hand harmonies, two-note groups. Sometimes not all three notes of a chord will appear at the same time. Instead, only two of the three notes will appear. This is also a common type of harmony. For example, in section 25 and beyond of My Eternal Heart, there are many of these types of two-note groups. La Do are two notes from the third basic triad, La Do Mi. Ti Re is from the So Ti Re of the fifth basic triad. There are also many of these in the Crazy Primitive Man theme song. The fingering for this type of chord is very easy. You just need to use two fingers from the column triad fingering method. For example, this Do Mi. In the sixth basic chord, the index finger plays Do, ring finger plays Mi, and middle finger plays La, but there's only Do and Mi here. Therefore, index finger plays Do and ring finger plays Mi. After, there is a Re Fa, that's a two-note group of the triad Re Fa La. In Re Fa La, one octave higher, we use index finger to play Fa, ring finger plays Re, and middle finger plays La. So with Re Fa here, we use the index and ring finger to play them. Of course, that's not to say that you can only create two-note groups with basic triads. There are also many other notes you can use. The triad chords are just a more common type. Okay, the last type of commonly seen right-hand harmonies is the one with an octave difference between the notes. It should be emphasized that we can't use the previous right-hand fingering method to play harmonies with an octave difference between the notes. The reason is because there's no way you can play it with that method. For example, here is the mid-range Fa Sol La and Fa Sol La one octave higher, a harmony. They're all in the same columns. There's no way you can use one finger to play both keys at once. At this point, everyone can use their own preferences and flexibility to play this. If you've practiced up until this point, you have this freedom because you already know the layout of the keys very well. And after completing a large portion of EOP Demon Training Camp, you have a large degree of flexibility in your fingering, so you're fully capable of playing freely, unlike when you were novices back in the day and had to follow strict fingering requirements of your editor. That was because everyone wasn't familiar with the layout or fingering at that time. We didn't want any misunderstandings when you started practicing, hence the strict rules of following my fingering.
It hasn't been more than 20 days since then. It wasn't way back when.
Everyone, just ignore little loudspeaker. Let's continue. I will simply demonstrate to all of you the fingering that I usually use, for reference purposes only. I'll only play it once, so don't blink. If you miss it, it's forever.
Editor, if we miss it, we can watch the video again.
Okay, there are a lot of facts in this lesson. Everyone find time to go practice now.